Start with Aaron Portzline. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, thanks, Glenn. Good day, Brad.
Hey.
Wondering what the psychology is for your team facing this team again, Carolina, after the way the last game went and after how recent meetings have gone with this team. Do you address this team specifically? Is that something you don't want to address or something you kind of confront head on?
Well, I don't think you shy away from it. We know what's in front of us. They're a top 3 team in the league. They're talented. They're deep. If anything, they should get your focus and attention right away. Sometimes these games are good for you, not in a way that they can hurt you, but as far as grabbing your attention and understanding what's in front of you, we know. And so, we talk a lot about not hurting ourselves and making sure that we're playing the right way. Our competitive level is going to have to be at its peak tonight. Hopefully we have more energy than we did last game because we're going to need all of it tonight. So if anything, there should be a real focus here, and we know this is obviously a tremendous hockey team we got to play tonight. Yeah.
Do you get a sense for your club's energy level? I know it's hard to predict. Maybe it's hard to see in practice. Do you have to wait till the game to figure that out? Or do you see a team with maybe a little more jump than you had the other night?
Yeah, we'll see. Again, I thought before last game we had practiced really well. I was expecting us to come up flying, and the way the game, it was a funny game. There was a ton of whistles. Even the ref came over and go, "Hey, let's get some flow to this." And I felt it. And I was like, "Come on, yeah, we need to get a rhythm here." And it wasn't the whistles that didn't give us the gas. It was, you sensed it right away. Where, like, where's our legs? Where's our jump? And you're hoping by the second, the third we'd have it. We didn't. And it was all throughout our lineup, other than maybe 2 guys that I felt had some pop in their steps. So yeah, I mean, if we knew why, it wouldn't happen ever. It does. You talk to the players after, they felt good. They felt good going in it. Practice was good. It happens. And unfortunately it happened there, and we're going to need all our energy here tonight.
This is not a question I would have anticipated asking a month into the season. But how much do you miss Alexander Texier, and how close is he to coming back? Because he was a really forceful player for you for quite a while there.
Yeah, Tex arguably our best player the last month, or month plus. And he's found a kind of a sweet spot. And, it was never an effort thing. We've beat that point to death. He always tried. It was starting to calm his mind and believe in himself, believe in his games, making plays. There's touch plays that he never used to make where he'd fire pass from 10 feet away, which didn't make sense at the time. And now he's starting to sense those plays and execute them, and he's getting rewarded. He's building trust in the situations I'm putting him in. So yeah, we miss a guy like that huge. His energy, his legs, and obviously his offensive output.
You get a sense of where he's at in terms of returning? Is he still on COVID?
It's possible. Yeah, well, we got a lot of questions here going into this game. I don't have a lineup for you per se. We'll see after we get into the early afternoon what that's going to look like.
Okay, he's with you on the trip though.
He's coming.
Texas. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. On his own. All right. Thank you.
Okay, next we'll go to Brian Hedger. Go ahead, Brian.
Do you have a goalie for tonight that you can name right now?
We do have a goalie tonight, and it will be Elvis starting tonight.
Okay. Where the amount that Corpy played, you had to be happy with the way he looked.
Really happy. I think his first game was a little shaky. If you ask him, I think he agreed, but he hadn't played in 5 weeks, I think it was, or pretty close to 5 weeks. So I think from that point on, he really built. I think he settled in. He looked a lot like he normally does, where he's calm. He makes those athletic saves if he needs to, but he plays within himself. So no, this was a good stretch for him to get some good hockey games in, and he's starting to look more like himself, which is a very positive sign for us.
Where are you at with the goaltenders at this point, as far as who plays when and that kind of stuff? Is it still just like kind of ride the hot hand type of thing, or do you have set days that you want each guy to go? Or
well, like you've seen, we've been hurt, right? So
yeah.
Sometimes you go with what's available, who's there. That's the situation. We've been here for a bit, so if you could get a hot hand, get them rolling, get them winning, yeah, I don't think anybody would be making changes if we can get on a roll here.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, Next, we'll go to Mark Scheid. Go ahead, Mark.
Thanks, Glenn. Good morning, Brad. You mentioned trust earlier when talking about Texier. I just wonder what guys like Max Domi and Jack Roslovic have to do to earn your trust to put them out in more situations, because, where the team is at, they could take the bull by the horns. They have a pretty important role when they're playing well.
Well, I'm not going to get into all the conversation. I've had plenty of conversation with both of them, and it's done within a team setting and individually. They understand what they need to do. Building trust is situation after situation after situation. I'm never going to try and turn players like that into defensive players. They need to be responsible though. And, there's been too many situations in some of these games where they weren't. And so the more you do it the right way, the more trust you build. That's it. There's no other way to go about it. And it's, and you see how many 1-goal games we get into. There's situational play where, is when you have the lead and, are you forcing a player? Is this the time to get it in behind? And, I'll never tell our players if there's a play in front of them and it makes sense, make it. But if it's even numbers and you have to play the score at times, you have to understand the situation at times. And so I have to make decisions. And a lot of times those guys haven't been in those decisions in a 1-goal game. So, but they know we've had real good, honest conversation about it. And it's not just them. It's all our whole team needs to grow in those situations.
Brad, one more for you about when guys come out of COVID protocol. Do you prefer to have them practice before they go into a game, or can they just jump right into a game when they're ready?
I'd love them all to practice, but this is different landscape we're in right now. And to each individual, it's going to be probably a little bit different, depending on the timing, where we've been. There isn't one size fits all right now with our team. Like a lot of other teams, we're going through a lot of it, from injury to COVID to the timing.